Hello, once again, Race Over from South Texas Border Sports. Emmett, these first three games that you guys have played recently, now you guys go on a three-game road stretch, sandwich with a cup game in between. For you, what's gonna be the focus trying to get your team rallied around now that the team has to go to a difficult place in Detroit where they hold the ground pretty good? And what's going to be the key thing for you guys to try to walk out with 3 points?
Hello, how you doing? I think every game is difficult. Even if we're here at home, it's difficult. I think the first 3 to 5 games are the toughest ones because we're starting to get to know each other, see everybody's movements. Obviously, it's a new team, so we're getting to start to know each other. But I think the only problem that I've been seeing lately is we gotta start putting the goals away. The chances, the opportunities we have in front of the goal, we have to put them away. I mean, I think the second game was at all three of them was one of the toughest. We set back in the second half in the second game, and they started attacking us a little bit more. We had clear opportunities, but I think they had the clearest one. They hit one off the crossbar in the last minute. So I think we just got to work on defending a little bit better in the last minutes and opportunities we have is putting them away. And about Detroit, I mean, for me and from my experience, the only thing I tell my teammate is to play every game if it was like the last one. Obviously, playing in front of a crowd always motivates you. So I think it's going to motivate the guys. And when you score 1 or 2 goals, the crowd goes silent, and that's when you know that you're doing a good job.
My last question for you just being one of the veterans of the team, one of the leaders for now that you guys have lost Eric Pimentel, just how do you assume that responsibility, leading a group of guys that continues to be hungry, and now that this first road test will provide a lot more answers than what you guys are looking for, at least for this early part of the season?
On Pimentel, he's a great player. He's a great leader. Obviously, sometimes things don't go the way we wanted to. Obviously, we're the oldest guys on the team, and we have to defend the younger guys. But sometimes I think referees don't understand that point where, I mean, we go and it's not like we're gonna hit our rival or anything. We just got to stand up for our teammate. And sometimes I think the ref has to let that go a little bit and see how things roll in soccer, because some of them, I don't want to talk bad or anything. I mean, some do a great job and some do an okay job. And like I said, we're not perfect, but I think they have to see more games and see maybe if you see in the games in England, you see the games in Spain, things happen. You see Lionel Messi and PSG bumping heads with another guy, you know what I'm saying? It's just the first thing they see, they want to go ahead and explode on that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to let that things happen because it's part of the game. And on your second question, well, I mean, the guys know that I try to be a leader on and off the field. And the only thing I tell the guys is to work hard. They only have one job, is to do their job well. And if they can help another teammate when they need it, to go ahead and help them. But I think we have a good group of guys, and the season's barely starting. We know we have a long way to go, but we're going to try to get the most points as we can so we don't have to do and suffer like last season.
Good afternoon, Mr. Torres from Germany. And I have 2 questions, and I would start with the first one. Because we are having 2 games in like 4-5 days ahead, and we will play against Tormenta next week, and this will be, of course. So I wanted to ask you about, because of course you are more an experienced player, but is it good to have so many games in a short time for your body and regeneration? Or is it maybe a bit more tough because you have less time to focus on both games? And how can you push the younger players for the whole, let's say, maybe 120 minutes against Tormenta, if we can't score enough? And my second question will follow later.
Well, I think we're professionals, and we have to be prepared for any game, or if we have 2 or 3 games back to back, we have to be prepared for that. I know in my situation, when I was playing in Mexico, we had games, one on Sunday, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday, and we just kept going. So, I mean, I'm 35, and I think it's just a number. I had a great preseason, and I think I'll be able to handle whatever coach throws out there for me. But for the younger guys, obviously I got to push them a little bit more. You know, they have a lot of energy, but they just got to use it the right way, not just running to be running. You know, they got to run when they have to pressure, or run when they're on the ball, or run when we have to defend well. So, you know, I push them to the limit. I'm not a guy that is always screaming on the field or trying to be a boss. Obviously, I want them to learn and learn the right way. But I think we have a good group of guys, and they adapted to the way coach wanted us to play. So now we just got to take each game and get the best out of it. Obviously, we want 3 points, but if we can't get the 3 points, try to get a tie.
My last question is a bit more tactical, to be honest, because in the last 3 games, you were, of course, our set piece taker, but we also had Wilmer Andres Cabrera with you at this set pieces. So I wanted to ask you about, are you a bit his mentor in the set pieces, or is it more in his tactical standpoint, because maybe he's right-footed and you're more the left-footed set piece taker? Because it seems somehow you are more experienced in this, and so your free kicks are a bit more dangerous than we saw at your, let's say, young student in the last couple of games.
Well, it depends what side. It depends what side we're on. Obviously, I'm not going to take every free kick, but as we're there, I try to tell him to focus on what we have to play or what he sees. So he has a good right foot, and obviously he's learning. He's young. He's going to learn. He still has a lot of road ahead of him. But obviously, I want him to take free kicks too. I want him to have that confidence and that he can do things too. I know there's going to be games where I'm not going to be there. So as I'm with him, I'm telling him things. Hey, if you see this, play it. If you got a good chance to take a free kick and score, take it. I want them to have that confidence too. So as I'm not there, he can probably tell somebody else that's on the field, hey, Jose is telling me this, let's do this or let's do that, you know. So I want to leave a little bit of when I'm not on the field for them to learn too.
Thanks.